The daily increase in the number of COVID 19 cases in the country brings about several social issues. Therefore, we as responsible citizens must contribute meaningfully to bring about societal change. And amidst this crisis, I believe that we must put emphasis on human dignity as the center of our efforts to bring about societal change. For instance, our frontliners, especially those working in the medical field, have been facing discrimination from their fellow Filipinos, when in fact, they are risking their lives in order to save the lives of others. It is disheartening to learn that a lot of them have been infected with the disease in the line of duty. In fact, roughly 1 out of 7 COVID patients in our country are medical workers. I believe that the least that we could do is empathize, and offer our moral support to our frontliners as they bear the most weight in this crisis, for they are putting their lives and safety on the line for all of us. The last thing that we would want to do is to create more burden and be a threat to their well being. I believe that this could be done as simple as staying at home and following their protocols. Another problem that we are currently facing is the shortage of essential items in the market, mainly due to panic buying and hoarding, which resulted in an artificial shortage of supplies. As a result, the people that are really in need are deprived of the essential supplies. I believe that this kind of behavior does not do anyone any good, for this only creates panic and add more panic to the already stressful situation. More so, this creates a perfect opportunity for unethical businessmen to raise the prices of their commodities. I believe that the most unethical thing to do is to hoard medical items such as face masks, alcohols, alcohols, for this leaves our healthcare workers vulnerable to the disease and deprives them of the necessary gear to protect them in their fight against COVID. Although we may not be able to control the actions of other people, we, as responsible citizens, must purchase items in moderation so as to leave sufficient supplies for those really in need. And in this crisis, those who have less in life are those who are greatly affected and have greatly felt the impact brought by COVID 19 and the enhanced community quarantine. Thus, we must offer the preferential option for the least, the last, and the lost. And for those who have more in life, I believe that this is a time where we must share our God given blessings, for almost everyone in this world is suffering from this pandemic. I believe that no person in the right mind can sleep soundly at night, knowing that they could have done something to alleviate the suffering of others, but chose not to. More so, caring for the poor is everyone's responsibility, for no one must be left behind, especially during this global crisis. During this global crisis, there has been a massive increase in fake news on social media. I believe that in this crisis, we must make it a habit to fact check and verify the information before sharing so as not to be a purveyor of fake news, as this may create panic and hysteria. The last thing we need right now is to create more stress and panic into what is already a chaotic situation. We must also remember that we have the right and the responsibility to participate in what is happening in our community, especially during a time like this where our lives are at stake. We must learn to support and cooperate with our local government to do what is best for our community. However, we must also be unafraid to speak up regarding their shortcomings in a healthy, meaningful, and constructive manner. And with the enhanced community quarantine in place, it is undeniable that the mental health of a lot of people is diminishing as an indirect result of this pandemic. Some may be experiencing loneliness brought by self-isolation or anxiety caused by the fear of contracting the disease, or even depression as a result of a death of a loved one. I believe that the least we could do is, is to let them know that someone cares by doing simple things as checking in on them. The thought that someone cares for them may help alleviate some of the problems or the sufferings that they are currently facing amidst this pandemic. Lastly, during this period of COVID-19 global pandemic, we must stand united as responsible citizens of the world and offer a helping hand to our suffering brothers and sisters, and together surmount this unprecedented challenge.